What's up, everyone? UFC 299, amazing card, just like 298, just like 300. And it's funny because last time Sean O'Malley fought in August of last year, August 20th, it was my wife's birthday, so I didn't get to watch it. This Saturday is my mom's birthday, so I'm also missing the event, which sucks because I really wanted to see this one, but whatever, it happens. I'll definitely watch it, just not live. Okay, so main event, the rematch between Sean O'Malley and Marlon Vera. I have Sean O'Malley winning this one by decision, but I wouldn't say I am confident like I'm super confident in it. The odds. I mean, last time I checked, a few hours ago, was Sean O'Malley minus 280, Marlon Vera plus 225, and that's what I just don't agree with. I mean, that's like, what's that, almost a 3-1 underdog for Vera. I think this fight is going to be a lot more competitive than what the odd makers are saying. I don't believe it's going to be a total domination from O'Malley. I don't think he's going to be able to go there and just do whatever he wants to Marlon Vera. And I wouldn't be surprised if Marlon Vera upsets with maybe like it's hard to say. It's hard for me to see either one finishing the other one, and it's also hard for me to see Marlon Vera getting the decision if it goes to decision. Because I feel like even if it's somewhat competitive, the judges are still gonna give it to O'Malley. But in a weird way, I wouldn't be shocked if Marlon Vera just shocks the world. Wouldn't shock me, as I said, because I disagree with the odds. I think it's a lot closer than what it is. O'Malley's coming from winning his. This is the first time he's going to try to defend the belt. He's coming from beating Sterling, where he won the belt. A very competitive fight. It's not like it was a complete destruction from O'Malley. Round one was very competitive. I think towards the end of the first round, Sterling did enough to steal the round. Like I had it 10-9 Sterling going into the second round. Not by much though. Like I said, a competitive round, but towards the end, I would argue Sterling did enough to steal the round. And then I believe it was a minute into the second round. Yeah, less than a minute into the second round that O'Malley counters him with the right hand, drops him, and then just finishes him. But yeah, not a steamroll, but a clean win for O'Malley, of course. Before that, and I'm sorry, the Marlon Vera is coming from beating Pedro Munoz in a decision, where I think the first round was, I think I gave the first round to Pedro Munoz, and then for sure, Marlon Vera 3, and you could also argue 2. Of course, it was unanimous. But it seems like Marlon Vera just starts slow, and then as the fight goes on, he starts to just put it on you. And the fight with Munoz was a perfect example of that, right? Like I said, round one was like Marlon Vera was kind of asleep. But yeah, it was a striking battle where Marlon Vera just landed a better shot, busted his face up, and showed his level of striking that it's high level. For the longest time, I used to doubt Marlon Vera, but he's proved me wrong many times. Last time he lost was to Corey Sandhagen, where he basically got out-grappled into the decision. The grappling, the takedowns was what played into that thing was not a split. It was a controversial quote-unquote split, but that was not a split. That was unanimous 100%. And I think Corey Sandhagen won clearly 4 rounds or maybe 3. And his loss before that was also Jose Aldo, where Jose Aldo used a lot of grappling to beat him. It wasn't a stand-up battle. And this is Jose Aldo who we're talking about, who we've never really seen him afraid to stand up and trade with anyone. But on that fight, he used a lot of grappling to control Marlon Vera. I believe this one is going to be a 100% striking battle. I don't see either one of them pursuing the takedown, and because of that, I don't see how I don't see Sean O'Malley's striking being that much superior to Marlon Vera's to make the odds what they are. Um, Again, hey, this one might be a split decision, honestly. But officially, I have Sean O'Malley by decision. Oh, I forgot to mention, last time they fought, Marlon Vera won TKO round one. He basically kicked his leg, kind of like if you watch the fight between Mighty Mouse and Cejudo, the second one, where he lands a kick in the calf that it kind of numbs it for like a minute maybe. And that's what happened on that fight, where Vera lands a kick that you can see kind of takes his leg out of him for long enough for Marlon Vera to take him down and just beat him with ground and pound. But yeah, I don't see that happening again. And I think Sean O'Malley has improved a lot since then. He's a young kid, so Sean O'Malley by decision, but I would not be mind blown if Marlon Vera upsets. Co-main event is Dustin Porier versus Benoit Saint Denis. I have Benoit Saint Denis winning this one. Other than his debut in the UFC against Zaleski dos Santos, where he had his moments, but he got tired. He has destroyed every single person they put in front of him. Not even like tough fights or anything, just complete destructions. He's coming from destroying Matt Frivola, where the striking that he has is just, once he connects, you're going down. And before that, Moises, Ismael Bonfim, the kicks, the thing that this guy has that it's like, I think his best tool is the kicks that he throws to the body. The just brutal body kicks he likes to use. Most of his wins are by knockout. No, actually submission. Most of his wins are by submission. Not in the UFC though. Most in the UFC, he's like, his 5 wins, 3 of them are by knockout, 2 of them by submission. But it looks like he prefers to strike, and then if the submission presents itself, then he'll go for it. But it looks like kicking and punching is what he likes to do, especially if you watch his last couple fights. He's fighting Dustin Porier, who is coming from losing to Justin Gaethje for the BMF belt. A fight that was competitive. Round one was competitive. I think I gave it to Porier because at the end, kind of like Sterling and O'Malley, competitive round, but I think at the end he did enough to steal the round with a couple nice shots that he landed. And then, yeah, about a minute, that's what I keep saying, kind of like the Sterling O'Malley, about a minute into the second half, into the second round, Gaethje knocks him out with the head kick. The thing about this one is, here comes something I always talk about is age, right? Porier is 35, and when does he turn? Just turned 35 about a month ago. So he's at an age where it's hard. I doubt we're gonna see a better Porier that we've seen before, a stronger or improved Porier. And the thing is, a guy that gets hit, if you watch his fights, he's not exactly an unhittable guy, and he's fighting a guy that is, for what he's done in the UFC, he's really good at connecting and hurting you. If I had to say what is the only thing that I think Porier has over Saint Denis is cardio. Even in Saint Denis, not last fight, but second to last against Thiago Moises, he kind of started to slow down midway through that second round, where even the commentators started to notice it. So I'm picking Benoit Saint Denis to win this one by a knockout. It could also be a submission. The guy has shown that he can do it, but I think he's going to connect on Porier and knock him out. I'm going to go with round one. Benoit Saint Denis, round one knockout. but it is one of those fights. It's a classic thing where what happens if it gets to the third round, or it's an interesting thing, right? What happens if Saint Denis goes out there, starts swinging, and he doesn't get the win? I mean, he doesn't get the knockout and it goes to the third round. Could very well be Porier that takes over because he's gone 5 rounds. Before that, we have, I wish I could say finally Michael Page has come to the UFC, but a little too late to me. See, when he first started making noise over a decade ago, maybe 2011, 2012, where he showed just destroying everyone, a bunch of nobodies. That's the thing. I mean, this guy's been called a can crusher, and that's what he's been his whole time. I wanted to see him in the UFC, and I'm like, he now makes it when he's 36. In his last fight, he got out grappled into a decision. I just don't think that his little flashy stand up with the hands down and weird movement is going to work on Kevin Holland. Kevin Holland is coming to losing a split decision to Jack Della Maddalena. A competitive fight. A couple rounds were close, so I do see how it was a split. But here's the thing, right? If Kevin Holland decides that he wants to please the crowd and trade punches with Michael Page and forget about any other aspect of MMA and make it a fun fight, he's playing into Michael Page's strength where he could get caught with something and lose. But I just don't see it. Because even Page didn't look as explosive as he did before in his last fight. I can't remember the guy's name. Granted, there was a lot of grappling from the other guy. I feel like if Kevin Holland wants to make this, if he chooses to implement MMA, I think he wins this one easy by submission. I think he'll get a hold of Michael Page, take him down, submit him, and I think he has all the tools and capabilities of doing that. But will he? Like, is he stupid? Is he smart? How much of your career are you gonna sacrifice to please the crowd, right? Kevin Holland, in my opinion, should be able to win this one pretty easy with a submission. And even if he chooses to stand up and trade, but if he does that, that's where Michael Page could catch him. I'm gonna go with Holland by a knockout, maybe round 2, or even a submission as well. But hopefully that's smart game plan. Before that, we have Gilbert Burns and Jack Della Maddalena. As I said, Maddalena is coming from fighting Kevin Holland. Competitive fight. Gilbert Burns is coming from losing to Bilal Muhammad by decision. Again, age. Burns is 37. He's close to 40. I don't think he's the better striker. I don't think his grappling is going to work because I'm pretty sure Maddalena is going to be well prepared from this one. And I'm pretty sure him and his team knows that the only way Gilbert wins this one, if he's able to implement his grappling. So pretty sure Maddalena will be well prepared for that and keep the feet standing, outstrike Burns into a decision. So Maddalena by decision. Running out of time here. Before that, Petr Yan versus Song Yadong. Again, another one that I wish I could say 50-50, but that's not fair. So I'm going to say 55-45 Petr Yan. I think output and numbers is what's going to give him the win. Song Yadong, unlike Petr Yan, doesn't throw long combinations. Sometimes he'll just wait and throw 1-2. I think if Petr Yan keeps the pressure and lets his hands go, it's going to not necessarily get the finish, but it's going to look to the judges like he's the aggressor, the one doing the damage. I have Petr Yan by decision, but Song Yadong could very well upset. I also have Almeida with the upset. I have him by TKO round 2. So anyways, to summarize this, I have O'Malley by decision, but Vera could upset. Benoit Saint Denis by KO round 1. Kevin Holland by submission or TKO. Jack Della Maddalena by decision. Petr Yan by decision, but Song Yadong could upset as well. I have Jailton Almeida TKO with the upset. I have Michel Pereira by TKO round 1 or 2. And Dustin Poirier could also upset if it goes to the later rounds. All right, guys, have a good one.